Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, Ryoga V, and I hope you are having a marvelous 4th of July weekend. I know I am, because I am burdened with glorious patriotism. And this weekend I want to tell you a story, the story of Pedro Figueroa. Now, before I go into this, let me preface that I am for all forms of legal immigration. It's a wonderful country, and we are built on the backs of immigrants, and immigrants make us such a wonderful, diverse place. However, I think if you're going to come here, you should go through the right process, whatever it may be. There are hundreds of thousands of people on a waiting list right now, and when you subvert that by either humping the border or overstaying your visa, you spit in the face of those who spend time, effort, blood, sweat, tears, and money to come here the right way. And the reason why I'm bringing up immigration is because just a couple days ago, a news story came out. The story of Pedro Figueroa. Now, back in December of 2015, Pedro unfortunately had his car stolen, so he did what anybody would do. He goes down to the police station to file a police report, and it's discovered that he has an outstanding warrant for his arrest. Well, they book and process him, and then later they find out that there is a standing deportation order on Pedro. So, the cops do what they should do, uphold the law of the land and the Constitution, and hand him over the ICE. ICE boots him out, and you think that would be the end of the story. Nope, not hardly. So, Mr. Figueroa decides he's been wronged, he's been damaged, and he lives in San Francisco, which is a sanctuary city, which means that under city policy, they do not cooperate with the feds when it comes to immigration. So, Pedro sues the city. And what does the city do? Do you think they tell Pedro to kick rocks? You're not even an American citizen. You weren't supposed to be here in the first place? No, no, no. Does the city decide to fight this lawsuit vehemently because they feel they're in the right? Nope, doesn't happen. Instead, the city attorney decides to give Pedro Figueroa $190,000. Let that sink in for a moment. A person with an outstanding warrant, a standing deportation order, gets $190,000 because the police who turned him into the feds violated the city's sanctuary policy. This is why we can't have nice things. This is one of the prime reasons why we cannot have nice things. It boggles the mind how atrocities like this can take place in this great nation. I'm dumbfounded, speechless. I am absolutely speechless right now. Sanctuary city policies like these do nothing more than undermine the law, make cities a haven for criminal activity, and depletes resources and services for people who actually need them. One of the attorneys in the case is Sierra Hassan, who had this to say, and I quote, "We have to ensure that each and every local law enforcement official is following San Francisco's sanctuary policies." I got a better idea. How about police uphold the law and the Constitution so we don't end up in situations like this in the first place? Now, what makes this case more interesting is just the other day, House Republicans passed Kate's Law, which is designed to crack down on illegal aliens coming into the country. Kate's Law is named after Kate Steinle, who back in July of 2015 was shot by an illegal immigrant. What's interesting about that is it ended up being national news after Trump had made his comments about Mexican people. The murderer in question, suspect, I should say, was Lopez Sanchez, who had already been deported 5 times, had 7 felony convictions, and had already done 15 years cumulative for his prior offenses. But unfortunately, in the city of San Francisco, if you're a criminal, we don't turn you into the feds for deportation. People die due to sanctuary policies. And I know a lot of people end up use some statistics to say that sanctuary cities keep us safer. People who are undocumented are unwilling to talk to the cops because they're afraid if they turn somebody in or report to the police that they themselves might be deported. First of all, nobody's snitching to the police. It just doesn't happen. But to refute that, just recently, CityData.com reported that Phoenix, who had recently ended their sanctuary policies, had a significant decrease in crime the year following, a 27% drop in the murder rate, robbery rate down by 23%, assaults down by 13%, and any other crime you can think of had double-digit decrease in numbers. So I don't see how sanctuary policies end up keeping us safer. If anything, according to what's happened in the past couple years, we end up being a lot less safe knowing that illegals and people who are undocumented or not supposed to be in this country in the first place are committing crimes with little to no consequences or justice for their actions. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. Again, leave me a comment. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about Kate Steinle? How do you feel about Pedro getting $190,000 from the city attorney? Should the city have fought this? Was it right for the cops to turn this guy in? I want to hear how you think. So until then, again, have a great 4th of July weekend, and take care. I'm out. Praise Keck. See ya.